Hey guys, it's me, Candy. Welcome back to another week of Large Family Dinners. Let's jump right into Sunday night. We went to a Halloween carnival. The kids loaded up on cotton candy, snow cones, hot dogs, chili dogs, all that stuff. And then we went by my father-in-law's on the way home to show him the kids' costumes. And so he sent us home with two big containers of chili and one of rice. So we had a super easy dinner Sunday night, and I didn't have to worry about cooking when we got home. So that was awesome, and his chili was really good. I've never had it on rice before. I've had it on baked potatoes and Fritos, things like that. So this was definitely interesting. It was good. I just never had it that way before. So I would love to hear in the comments below how your family eats chili. Okay guys, so Monday night I made a chicken and bean chili in my slow cooker, and it was just super easy. On Tuesday I made this bacon cheeseburger meatloaf in my slow cooker so that I could work on kids' Halloween costumes. After 3.5 hours on high, I mixed up 3 tablespoons each of barbecue sauce and ketchup and a tablespoon of brown sugar and put that on top and let it cook for another 30 minutes while I reheated some frozen mashed potatoes from my freezer cooking days, and then I just made up some brown gravy, which I just used like the McCormick, I think it was, gravy mix, and instead of water, I did milk to make it creamier. So it was just a super easy dinner night. So like I said, I could work on sewing costumes because some of the kids wore older costumes to go to the thing on Sunday, and some of them wanted me to make them costumes for Wednesday and Thursday night. So I'm going to show you the mashed potatoes I'm reheating. They were mostly thawed. I just added a little bit of milk and butter to help them reheat in the pan. And then I made up some green beans, and like I said, super simple dinner. And Mr. James put some 99-cent rolls in the oven to warm up for about 5 minutes. And the kids had buttered rolls with everything.
Can you close it? Today I eat my dinner. That's the end of it right there. Thank you. Should I turn it on? It's already on. We're just going to take it out in a minute.
Okay guys, this is what the finished meatloaf looks like. I'm going to get everybody's plates made up. If you want to see how I made this meatloaf, it is in my freezer cooking video, which I will link so that you can watch it if you would like to see how I make a bacon cheeseburger meatloaf. It is stuffed with bacon and cheese and then has more bacon on top. So it's really good. It's one of my kids' favorite ways to eat meatloaf. This is how little James's plate is shaping up for dinner tonight. For dinner on Wednesday night, Mika wanted to help me throw together some beanie weenies and mac and cheese because, again, I was still sewing furiously, and the Halloween carnival was starting in like 3 hours.
Cold. Is it baby?
Yes.
No frogs in my dinner, please.
Did I hold it? Hold
I was
on.
trying to get it to focus on it.
Baba. Just
Green.
wow.
It's really neat looking.
It's got like camouflage.
The kids ran in with a tree frog while I was trying to cook. Thankfully, it didn't jump in our food because the other night I was making crock-pot enchiladas and he brought a frog in and it jumped into my enchiladas. So I had to throw those out and make the frozen meatloaf that I had in my freezer. Thankfully, I had that because we would have not had dinner. And he can't not bring in every creepy crawly he finds and show it to me. Now Miss Mika is just putting the beans in and some more barbecue sauce, and we put some onion powder in there and black pepper, and we just let these cook for about 3 hours while I finished costumes. And then she made up 2 boxes of mac and cheese. And she brought me a plate, told me I needed to eat because I hadn't eaten all day while I was working on their costumes. They all ate, and I finished costumes all of 30 minutes before the carnival at our local church that we go to. For dinner on Thursday night, I made a pizza dough in my bread machine, and I made a Halloween pizza for everybody. I used lots of toppings. We had some cheddar cheese, pepper jack cheese, some chunky ragu, olives, and pepperoni, and my big pan. I made a really thick crust pizza. I was trying to make it look like a mummy or a skeleton, but once it was melted, it was just kind of a mess. But the kids loved it, and they wanted fries and breadsticks. So like 8,000 carbs later, that was Halloween dinner. For dinner on Friday, I was teaching kids all day, and I last minute remembered that I was going to make this pork roast in my slow cooker, and I never got around to starting it. So I just kind of seared it up a little bit in my Instant Pot, and then I added a bunch of spices, and I cooked it to make a kind of a pork fried rice. Here I'm adding a cup of water. And then I added some soy sauce, some ginger, some garlic and onion, and some of the everything bagel seasoning because sesame seeds and all that are in it. And like I said, I was just kind of making like a pork fried rice for dinner anyway, so I thought it would sound good like that. So anyways, I'm just getting this going, and I'm going to cook it, pull it out, use the broth that's in there plus some water, and make up a bunch of brown rice, so that I can shred up the pork roast and add that to the rice with some veggies when everything was ready. I am scrambling and cooking up 4 eggs now to also go in there with the veggies, rice, and pork roast. When these are done cooking, I'm just going to set them to the side, get busy getting that roast shredded up, and by the time I got all of this ready and prepped and I drained the cans of veggies and rinsed those, my rice was ready for me to throw everything together. So worked out great, even though I should have started roast for dinner early in the morning. Here I'm just getting my rice going. I did 5 cups of liquid and 2.5 cups of brown rice and 2 of the chicken and herb bouillon cubes, just to give the rice a little extra flavor while it cooks. To this, I'm also adding some more of the ginger, some soy sauce, some garlic and onion, and some more of that everything bagel seasoning, just again to pull together the kind of Chinese-like flavors. Even though I know ideally if I was making fried rice, I would cook my rice in the morning, let it cool, and then put it all together in the evening because that's what makes it not be sticky. But like I said, I was just trying to throw some dinner together, so here we are. My rice is finished and ready for me to mix everything up, so I'm just going to give it a stir. And there is a little bit of liquid left, but the rice is soft and ready to eat, so I just put it on saute while I mixed everything up to kind of cook down some of the liquid and get it all ready. I did a can each of corn, peas, and green beans, the whole pork roast, and the scrambled up eggs. And while it was on saute, I just mixed it all up really, really good. Despite being a very quickly thrown together dinner, the kids really loved this and ate a ton of it. So, at least it worked out, and it's a good idea for me to keep in my mind in the future when I forget to start the roast. So, I was really happy with it, even though it wasn't really fried rice. And this is everybody's bowls, and I just topped them all off with a little bit more of that bagel seasoning just to make them pretty. For dinner on Saturday night, CJ was at a church youth group thing, so we used a gift card that my husband had gotten for his birthday, and we just took the kids to Denny's, and everybody had a great time. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing what my family of 7 ate for dinner for the past week. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks, guys. Bye.